Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Talk UPSC. So, this is the first video of the channel, and basically, like usually a first video is, it talks about what is the purpose of this channel and what it basically deals with. Right? So, coming to the channel, the name of the channel is Let's Talk UPSC. As you can see, there are like two components here. The first part is Let's Talk, and the second part is UPSC, right? So here if we look at like why there are two parts, so both of them have a different story of their own, but there is also a connection between them. So that is what I'm going to tell you in this video basically, right? So when we come to this, there are, like as I said, that there are two components in this, right? So the first component is obviously Let's Talk, and the second component is UPSC. So before starting any of this, an introduction about myself. I am also a UPSC aspirant, like many of you are, and I have been preparing for this exam since the last 1.5 years, and yeah, that is pretty much it. And now coming to what are these two components? It's first is Let's Talk, and the second one is UPSC. So in the first component, that is Let's Talk, what this channel will provide you for is a platform where you can deal with certain things, right? So I mean, most of us are similar. Whoever is watching this video, most of us are similar in many ways, right? So firstly, coming to the idea of taking or choosing to write this exam, right? So many of us might have had many reasons for choosing this exam, but finally at the last we chose this exam, right? So that is what binds us all to this UPSC, right? And the second one is, though there are certain many commonalities, there are also certain differentiations between us, right? So in a way, the differentiations might be many. Like, we come from different backgrounds, we come from different education backgrounds, social backgrounds. We also have a lot of other differences, right? And the way of our preparation might be different. Some go to a coaching, take preparation, some study from home, owing to many other considerations again, right? However, the most important thing is dealing with many things that happen in similar to many of us. For example, the emotions that one goes through while preparing for this exam, right? So for many of us, this exam is like a lot. It means a lot for many of us who are preparing, and that is why I think you're also watching this video to find out what this new thing is about, right? So for many of us, UPSC means a lot, right? Because we have our careers linked to it, we have our family, further family life linked to it, our future dependent on it. So there is a lot of at stakes here. So in this emotions part, certain emotions are common. For example, the anxiety issues that one faces, right? The anxiety issues that one faces, the hopelessness that one faces when you don't basically crack the exam, or you basically lose out on the prelim stage itself, right? For example, the last prelims of 2023 was a heartbreaker for many of us, right? So it was a heartbreaker for many of us because it was one of the toughest papers of UPSC, as well as there was a large pattern change that was noticed, right? Large pattern change that was noticed. So it was a heartbreaker for many of us. And CSAT paper was very tough, which many resources have confirmed that it was very tough. And obviously there was this large pattern change, right? So owing to all of this, 2023 the prelims paper was very tough. However, 14k people qualified it, and hopefully they'll perform very well. But the hopelessness that arose out of all of this, the 2023 paper especially, even after giving all of your 100% efforts, when you see a paper like that, you feel hopeless, you feel anxious, you feel what will happen if next time, next year, something of the same sort or something that is much more difficult than 2023 paper comes. I mean, what am I going to do? This is a central question that many of us face. And along with this, there is another major problem of feeling lonely, right? So during this time, since we give a lot of time to our preparation and reading a lot of things, books, preparing for optional GS papers, reading newspapers, and most of us find that we do not have any time. And then we basically, self isolate ourselves. We self isolate ourselves from the surrounding. Even if people who are staying at home, even they self isolate themselves from their parents, right? And even if the parents want to talk to these children, they might basically not talk too much, because at the end of the day the parents also know that this exam demands a lot. The UPSC exam demands a lot, right? It demands a lot. So parents also have this thinking, most of them. I'm not saying everyone and almost everyone, but most of them also have this thinking that, let us leave them alone, they'll study, and they'll talk to us whenever we want, whenever they want to talk. But in this process the self gets isolated, right? So we become isolated from many things that are happening in our lives. Leave alone isolation, many of us forget to do small small things that make us happy, like, go out, watch the rain, the first rain of the season, or basically watch a super interesting cricket match. We sacrifice a lot, right? We sacrifice a lot in this journey, and the journey commands that sacrifice, right? So it is nothing wrong, but then all these feelings, when not addressed properly, they lead to a piling up situation, and the cumulative of this will have an effect on your mind, right? And it is the same mind that you're using for UPSC, right? If your mind itself is not in a proper state, then how are you going to concentrate on this part called UPSC, right? So that is when Let's Talk comes in. Every week of the first preliminary plan, I mean, this is not a confirmed plan as such, but a preliminary plan, basically, wherein our plan right now is that we will bring out sessions on these issues that people face, the emotional issues, right? So it'll be mostly once in a week session. It will be a recorded session, and it will be posted on YouTube for free access, and you people can watch it. And since we talk about the emotions like anxiety or hopelessness or loneliness, and how there'll be talk of different experiences, and how basically all of these can give us some life lessons, right? Life lessons as to how to move on further, right? How to move on and not give up when we feel all of these emotions, especially after a 2023 exam, which was never expected and which was one of its kind, right? So because of all these issues, it becomes imperative that there is this concept called Let's Talk, wherein a session is posted every week, once in a week, and it deals about all these emotions, and you can basically gather a lot of hope from it, right? Like, you can start feeling that everyone feels the same things, and always remember that only the person who overcomes all these feelings, and only the person who does things differently. For example, most of us who have failed the prelims this time have felt this thing definitely, ki our paper is getting changed. Now what do I do? Like, should I have a backup option? Should I not have a backup option? Should I give it one more year? And what happens if nothing happens even in the next year, and there is even more tougher paper? What happens then, right? Most of us might have felt, at least 90 people out of 100 people might have questioned themselves after the prelims exam of 2023. And however, there might be some people who thought very positively. They said ki theek hai, even if next year the prelims paper comes, 2024 paper comes even harder than 2023, I will be more prepared. I will be more prepared for 2024, and I will be in such a position that be whatever kind of question, be whatever, however it is asked, I will answer it. So that is where positivity comes out, right? This person is a positive person, right? And there might be another kind of people who might be thinking ki yaar nahi hoga, nothing will happen, let's just give up on UPSC, let's just give up on it, and let's just focus on other plan B's, right? So this is like completely giving up, right? Completely giving up. And then there will be a person who's in the middle, who's a balanced person, who thinks that I will give my 100% in UPSC also, And meanwhile, I will also try attempting the other exams, right? Try attempting the other exams. So these are the three approaches, right? And what approach we choose speaks a lot about our personality, and it also reveals a lot about our thinking pattern, and it also reveals a lot about how balanced a person you are, how you're training your brain to think in situations which are out of your control, right? So there are many situations that are out of our control, like paper setting of 2023 was something that no one could have ever thought of, right? Leave alone, you know, finding answers to those questions, but many of those questions still are something which the answers of which are debatable in many cases, right? So for that very reason, it becomes imperative that we talk about all these issues. So for that reason, there'll be one session every week that will be posted which talks about certain reasons. Like for example, maybe the first video might be on anxiety issues people face. Second week there might be something about loneliness and how to deal with it, right? And third week there might be about another issue. Fourth week another issue. And these issues, basically you can tell us as to what these issues you want us to cover, right? And next, coming to the more interesting part, or something that people might actually be interested in, what is this UPSC part doing here, right? So firstly, the first part is about this, but second part is even more interesting because you will be provided UPSC lectures, right? So I will be taking certain subjects which are very interesting, right? So certain subjects like which I find very interesting, and I feel like I can teach a lot in them, and I can give you lot of inputs or lot of data or lot of explanation that can make it easier for you to study from any other textbook, right? So that will be taken in this UPSC part, wherein once a week, sorry, not once a week, but once every day, there'll be one video every day posted, right? So every day it will be posted one video, and except on Sundays and except on other public holidays like second Saturdays, or if there is a festival, except for all those days, there'll be one video definitely posted at a particular time, right? If I say, like, if for example we have not yet finalized the schedule of the classes, but if at all there is a schedule that will be released in the next day, 1-2 days after this video, the schedule will mention which topic will be dealt on which day, and which day will be a holiday. And if at all there is an unavoidable circumstance, then that will be informed you prior itself. But apart from that, you have to trust us that this will be a regular session, and regularly there will be a subject taken, right? So the first subject I have chosen, because this is a new platform, so the first initial decision should be taken by us, right? So first subject I have chosen is sociology. And many of you might be wondering, why sociology? Sociology, because it's interesting for me. I feel it's very interesting, and I feel that in this particular subject I can add a lot of value to your knowledge that is already present. And even if you are a 100% newcomer, even then I believe I can teach you in such a way so as you garner a lot of knowledge and make notes simultaneously, right? So that is one way. That's the second part that deals with UPSC, where classes will be taken, and these will be recorded classes. They'll be recorded and they'll be posted on YouTube every day at a particular fixed time. And a promise from our side is that this channel basically follows discipline and consistency, right? Which are really important for any exam preparation, right? Discipline and consistency. So you can be rest assured that the first subject, that is sociology, there'll be classes that will be dealt with on every day one major topic of the subject, and before the schedule also will be given which topic will be dealt on which day, right? And the timing mostly also will be given there, like how much time the class will be for. For example, if you see your sociology syllabus, you can see that the first part, basically the paper 1, if you see the syllabus, the paper 1 basically deals with fundamentals of sociology, and the first part itself deals with sociology as a discipline, right? Sociology is a discipline, right? So we will discuss what sociology is here. We'll discuss about the 3 subparts given there under ABC, right? Modernity and the social changes in Europe, and emergence of sociology. In that, basically we'll see how French Revolution and Industrial Revolution were the founding seeds of sociology or the emergence of sociology. And we'll also dwell deep into how these two came in and how the actual roots of sociology lie somewhere 2000 years ago. Right? Though sociology as a discipline was born in the 19th century, but the roots of social inquiry can be traced 2000 years ago when there was ancient Greek philosophy. And we know the ancient Greek scholars like Aristotle, Plato, right? All these people basically paved way for sociology as a subject right now. And that is something that we need to understand. And we need to track this trajectory, right? And this is how I'm going to take all your lessons, starting from the first topic, that is modernity and social changes in Europe and the emergence of sociology. The second is scope of subject and comparison with other social sciences. And the third one is sociology and common science. So in this way, every topic, like the schedule is given in the paper, the syllabus paper, in the same way the classes will be taken. Everything will be covered, both paper 1 and paper 2, and everything in a disciplined and consistent manner. And be rest assured, except for on public holidays, every day there will be one class posted at a fixed time. And you don't have to worry, what if today the class doesn't come. There will not be a circumstance like that until and unless it's a public holiday, or until and unless, it's a health issue or some real emergency, right? Apart from that, everything this channel does is only for the mere support of the people who really want to learn sociology. And many people might have their optional as sociology, and many people might be actually interested in understanding sociology. So this is the first subject that I'm going to take. So you might be wondering, after sociology what happens, right? You might be thinking, what after sociology? Then the channel doesn't end after sociology. Immediately after sociology, we will start with another subject, and this list goes on and on till the channel is alive, right? And this list basically goes on and on. And what will be the second subject, what will be the third subject, what will be the fourth, fifth, and so on, will be decided by you, right? Because you people are important for this journey, and you will be deciding what will be the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, etc. And this will be basically conducted in a form of a poll that you can take, and based on the polling, we can see which subject has received a large number of votes, that is which subject is most demanded, that will be taken as the second subject, third, fourth, and so on till the channel lives on, right? So this is the agenda that we have for this channel, Let's Talk in UPSC. And innovative in that sense, because Let's Talk videos are uploaded once in every week, whereas UPSC videos every day except on public holidays. So I hope this channel can make a significant contribution to your preparation of UPSC, to your journey in the UPSC, in as much as most of us, we ignore either this part or this part. But this channel is all about balancing both of them. It's about balancing both of them and taking both of them in such a manner that you don't ignore either of them, right? So you don't ignore either of them, balance both of them, prioritize both of them, and bring out these two things, that is discipline and consistency in your preparation. Okay, so this is what is this channel, and this is what I wanted to basically speak about in the first introduction video. And any doubts that you have with regarding to what this channel is after you have watched this video, please post them in the comments below. I'll try answering to most of the questions, the queries, and I'll try to bring out the next video again in a short span of time, wherein you will get a schedule of these classes, of sociology classes, a schedule of sociology classes, and you will also be getting a schedule of the Let's Talk classes as to when they'll be posted, and sociology schedule as to which day which topic will be taught and at which time the recorded lecture will be posted on YouTube. So once again, this is a free initiative because all the classes are posted at free of cost on YouTube. And if you like the way we teach you, please comment and please share the videos so that the benefit of all these videos reaches the maximum number of people. And that's all from me for today. Have a nice day. Bye.